you can give me a Bourbon Street in every major continent. Just give me a little neighborhood behind it, community that can, live and thrive. As long as we have the business acumen and the community aspect and the culture, the actual culture.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us on the Elation podcast today, where we enjoy exhilarating euphoria through creation and collaboration. Today, we're here with Danovan Calhoun-Bettis. How are you?
Calhoun.
No,
you good.
Danovan Calhoun-Bettis. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good. Good to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll get into all kinds of stuff, but let's just start where you're from and where you grew up, and let's give a little backstory.
Yeah. New Orleans, born and raised, 7th Ward. Grew up right across the street from churches in Manchu on St. Bernard, Blue House. But
Blue House.
listen, 2427.
There you
I don't
go.
live there now, so don't go visit. Right. But foundation started at Angel Wings Academy. Then I went to St. Leo, the great for elementary school, Marion Central Catholic Middle School. That's kind of where my artistic kind of like started to flow for the most part. I was in marching band at Marion Central. I started going to MaCCNO for the jazz studies program over there with Kid Jordan.
I got you. What did you play?
I played drums.
Right, but like snare, like
well, at Marion Central, I played snare.
Okay.
Yeah, I played snare at Marion Central. Became section leader by 8th grade year. But I was studying
one
drums.
of the more fun ones to play. Yeah,
I mean,
you know.
Technically, all of them were fun.
Yeah,
for me. But
agreed.
you wanted to be on the snare drum line.
You wanted to be snare.
I got my world shook when I got to St. Aug and saw the real snare drum players.
Oh wow! Yeah, it's some.
I ended up playing bass drum at St. Aug.
Okay, gotcha.
But while at Marion Central, that's where I started doing the jazz studies program at MaCCNO with Kid Jordan, and I was studying drums over there with Jonathan Bloom. A bunch of great people came out of that stuff, and that's where I was introduced to the Louis Armstrong Jazz Camp. And I was studying voice with Jermaine Basil over there.
Okay.
Loved it. But then St. Aug, right? Graduated in 2008. I was a drum major my senior year. Yeah, a lot of good things. I also went to Xavier University as well.
Awesome. Well, did you grow up in a musical family? Did anybody else play music?
Yeah, a lot of them had family members. Older cousins really influenced me a lot. My mom even played clarinet in high school. My dad, not so much. He doesn't have that type of a talent.
There's always different sides of the brain, right?
Right. My grandparents, or my grandmother, vocalist. My grandfather was a minister, Reverend Dr. Arthur Piper.
Well, ministry, that's pretty close to music.
Yeah.
You know?
I ended up playing drums in church. That was my first gig, if you will, at the age of 10.
There you go.
But soon after that, once I was playing drum set for the most part, I got my first gig at a Marion Central. I believe it was like a dance or something, but my band director, Mr. Pierre Porre, gave me my first gig with his jazz ensemble. It was like a groovy band. I played the bus stop for the first time. It was a great gig. I remember that to this day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, those are great memories. What did you do at Xavier?
Xavier, I studied music there. I was a music major. I studied under Dr. Tim Turner. And that's where I was like a part of, I guess it was like the recruiting band. If you will, we toured, visited different schools and did performances in those states. I was a part of both the jazz ensemble and the symphonic band for that. It was great. It's great. Great time.
Awesome. What was the first thing you did out of college in music?
First thing out of college. Well, I mean, like, you mean that wasn't related to college?
Yeah, like, because, you know, you get out of college and, like, you've now learned things that you went to go learn. What did you do with it? What was the first thing you went and used it?
I was using it while I was in college, which is probably one of the reasons why we didn't finish. Right? But because I was touring.
And that's
life took on. I actually, in my last final year when I was doing my my minor in education, ended up having a diabetic episode. I'm type 1 diabetic. All right, so health took over at a rate that I couldn't really keep up with, and after that, I just chose the work field. Um, but I was successful in the music um, arenas. Literally had a gig, if not every weekend, because I really don't do vacations. Just
Gotcha.
always hustling or always working.
Yeah, that's how it starts in the beginning. You don't do vacations
I
until.
mean that's been the situation. I probably took my first vacation when I was 34.
Wow. Yeah.
No, maybe 33.
Yeah.
33.
Music will do that to you, man. It'll
All right.
grab you.
All right.
It'll grab you. Well, well, I mean, like, how many? What were you doing on tour? Like, where did you go? What were your favorite spots on tour?
After Xavier,
Yeah.
California.
So you moved around a lot then, like.
Not okay. Let's put this out there. It wasn't like crazy touring. Like I was on the road with like anybody super famous. A lot of the collectives I was on tour with were collectives that I either started or helped start or were a part of, just musically. So one of the groups was the Hubris Tour. Um, Crazy acronym for having the audacious ideology and unremitting belief for the revolutionary of power to inspiration to stimulate change. We used to practice it, but as a trio group, my bass player when I started Third Degree, which is my band now, I started Third Degree back in college. My bass player Tiffany Morris, I call her Bass Monster, and the second element MC that we toured with. Basically, she was a poet and spoken word artist. And we basically formed like a trio group. I was the drummer, MD, and we had live bass, but we ran tracks. And we had the MC and spoken word up front. And we all stood for different things. I represented like diabetes awareness, the second element. She was sickle cell, and Tiffany Bass Monster Morris represented like bullying awareness. And we were just drawing attention to all of those causes.
I got you.
All right. Ended up making it to main stage at one of the Pride festivals in California. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, because touring brings a lot of knowledge and a lot of growth.
Yeah.
Not only in your personal sense, but in professional for music. You know, you learn a lot each time you hit up the stage. In here in New Orleans, what maybe was your favorite gig you've played so far? Just period.
My own. Bettis in Third Degree every Friday at Bamboo is on Frenchman. Is what we're doing right now. But once I was able to like shape my own space, I was greatly appreciative of that. I've always been like a great co-pilot, I believe, in supporting other people's visions.
So let's talk about that because now it's teaching, right? Now that's so.
I ended up teaching after not getting my minor in education. Good old America, right? But my ancillary experience got me that position.
Yeah.
I've always been able to work with children.
Listen, real life experience is better. Is better knowledge to pass down than book knowledge, in my opinion. But because books are written in the past, they're already old once they've been published.
Yeah.
If you think about it, especially how fast today moves.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your teaching. Let's talk about what's going on. Tell me where you teach and what you teach. And
I don't teach anymore.
Okay.
I'm full-time music now. But when I was teaching, I taught middle school for the most part and worked with elementary kids. Dealt with the SPED department.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be a lot of one-on-one. A lot of the times it was like 5-on-1. Right, but I had a great time with the kids. Loved the kids. Had a great success rate with the kids as well. It even led me to create and shape my own version of curriculum for life study skills.
Gotcha.
Books coming soon.
There you go. You still in contact with any of the kids?
I'm not. There's a certain disconnect that has to happen for me to be able to successfully move on.
I got you.
But there's always like a need and a want to go back.
Right.
Right. So the things that I'm working on, there was a healthy disconnect. Yes, but I mean, jobs are jobs.
Yeah. No. 100%.
But the idea of the bond built with the children, I miss that daily, which is why I'm working towards creating a space where eventually, whether it's them or their kids, or
Right.
right, always looking to build for the future.
Well, so then you're still teaching. You just might not be doing it currently
Yeah,
at a place, but you are teaching people around you in independence and anybody you come in contact with. It sounds
definitely.
like.
I appreciate that.
So let's
Yeah.
talk about your current role at MaCCNO.
Yeah. Well, I've always been passionate about the people that I work with, the people that I support, artists, musicians, the whole ordeal, family. And New Orleans is like a familial place, right? Especially if you get in good with people. So the position when it was offered, or like I saw it posted a few times, and I intentionally did not apply. The person I was seeing at the time thought I was foolish for not applying, but I had just gotten out of like a toxic situation, and trust was very flighty for me.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking that I was building with someone to like achieve my dreams, and it just goes nowhere. I wasn't with it, but the way they angled the position of me being allowed to still be the artist that I am, but be in a position to represent both the culture and like the artists that we represent, and possibly get a seat at any table, right? And be a voice of representation. That intrigued me a lot. So I did everything I could to put my best foot forward to get the job. Apparently, I'm not beat out, but like I got the job over like a lot of people who probably had the degrees and know
Right.
how to do certain things within a position. But I do believe that my heart is in the right place, and with the achievements that I've had within the past year or so, like we passed an ordinance with city council
Right.
that's making history for me. All right, changing the dynamic for how people interact with us in the future.
Right.
Right, setting a precedent for how they should interact with us today. Right, and having the city lead by example. I think that's a big step in an area that hasn't been touched probably since Louis Armstrong
Right.
was. You know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
it went from $100 to $125
Right.
for a band.
Right.
We can't. It's not a livable wage. It's not. It's not love. It's not appreciation. It's not fair.
Nope.
Right. So in trying to shape that, I think just being one of the representatives that's able to sit at the table, make the time to be at the table, and put the people first.
Yeah,
It's
musicians
big to
need a
me.
voice. It's
Yeah,
funny, as loud as we are, we need a voice.
yeah,
When we're talking about government and city council and wages and fairness and all that stuff, medical stuff.
yeah,
There's all kinds of things. I mean, I don't think most people realize that New Orleans is the second largest city when it comes to ratio of employed musicians.
yes,
Why don't you talk maybe a little bit? Do you have some future goals in plan that you're working right now in the position?
yeah. It's to continue to like build a real sustainable bridge between like the creative community and the powers that be, to an extent. Or not necessarily the powers that be, but to city policy. Like if as long as we can make sure that it's like a city thing, like a known thing to preserve and protect with every law that's passed, with every decision that's made, like culture needs to be at the table, and like a conversation has to be had
Right,
as to how it affects us, right? Because before you know it, New Orleans will be Disney World,
right,
and the culture that people think they're coming to get won't be here.
right.
We're already not like participating in the billions of dollars that's coming through here.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I mean, even as a whole society, because I'm born and raised here as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't. we have not been the same since Katrina in a culture sense, and we lost so much of the culture by people being shipped out and moved all over the country,
Yeah.
as well as then all the big corporation money coming in. And I mean, the amount of franchises that popped up food chain wise since Katrina, it was nuts. When I was a kid, we had a few,
Yeah.
but we also ate mostly at local places. And now it's all corporations and big hedge funds, and even downtown, all the hotels were owned by, Joe Yeager and the burger companies, and my grandfather participated in some of that stuff, and like people that were from here and cared about the tourism and built things for the city to help bring people here and do things for the businesses. Hedge funds don't care about that. Hedge funds from Chicago don't care about what happens with the culture. All they care about is the numbers and the brand on the flagship on the building. So it's sad because I do believe we lost a lot of that.
I'd like to get back to that, although I'm not in the price bracket or the price range to do it. I feel like money will come. The plans are there.
Right.
I've been working with people to develop. But there's a major need to set an influence and like a precedent. We lead in so many ways, except for business.
Right. Yeah. Even the film industry, we fumbled.
Again, these are things that, yes, we definitely fumbled a lot of it, and we're still like lacking in many ways. But there's room to fix it.
Yeah, 100%.
If there are any investors out there that are looking to invest in culture, because it's bigger than a building. Like I have my list of buildings that I'd love to take over, and if I could get the people to pour money into it, we could sit and talk about that. But it's bigger than just a building. It's about pouring into the people. It's about the next generation. It's about making sure that whatever we have here, if we have to move, if we decide to move, whatever we decide, we should be able to take that business acumen to sustain the culture and make it thrive wherever. We are wanted by everyone. We should be able to go to everyone.
Right.
Right? Like you can give me a Bourbon Street in every major continent.
Right.
And I just give me a little neighborhood behind it, community that can, live and thrive. As long as we have the business acumen and the community aspect and the culture.
Right.
The actual culture.
The actual culture, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
We'll be fine.
I feel like, it's definitely started to come back a lot, but, I feel like it's the support system that hasn't come back. And so, not that it was ever perfect, but we definitely need to work towards all getting together, grouping together, and just and making something happen. And that's honestly what these other cities have done that we haven't done, which I feel like is unite as musicians and truly have one voice.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what starts it. So I appreciate what you're doing in the community and moving things forward. Do you want to maybe talk about? I know you said you have a residency, so you want to pitch any concerts and stuff that you've coming up?
Yeah. What do we have coming up? Every Friday at Bambula's on Frenchman Street, 10 to close. Bettis and Third Degree. It's an R&B funk hip hop brass band. We have fun in there. It's a good energetic show. I have shows with T. Ray, the violinist. We also have
shout out T. Ray. We had him on.
T. Ray's my boy, man. We do a duo show together, but we also have a band called the Trendsetters.
Gotcha.
T. Ray, the violinist, and the Trendsetters will be performing at a new venue spot, which is amazing. I think people should definitely go and check it out. It's on the West Bank. It's called the Algiers Music and Arts Center.
Okay.
And I believe AMSA, something like that. But it's my man Kalo over there, amazing guy. Building is beautiful, but it's a great space if you're looking at hosting events or throw anything. I believe Third Degree will be there on the 30th of August, so Labor Day weekend. Trying to just spread out and have some fun.
Doing any recording?
The band is recording right now.
All right.
We're 6 songs in.
There you go.
Trying to get the Third Degree album completed. Then we have some mixtapes with each of the individual band members within Third Degree. It's about 13 of us. So expect the old Cash Money days where you see a whole bunch of coming soon.
There you
Right,
go.
but the goal is to get the material out to the people. Future plans with 12 Gates, which is a all-encompassing community living center for the culture, by the culture, right? And I'd like to open up a venue, right?
Nice.
We're talking about some things. I know there's still the Lowe's Theater still on Canal Street. That's still vacant. It's for sale. I don't have that money, but I got some plans for it.
Well, there's a lot of good spaces downtown for
Yeah,
sale right
it's
now,
amazing.
especially after COVID. A lot of those spaces that could be used for venues popped up. You know,
Again, there was a venue close off of St. Claude. It's for sale right now. It's another one that's on my list. It had my face on the side of it at one point in time. It was like, all right. Yeah. I was like, these are the gods talking.
Yeah,
to me, right?
affirmations.
Right. But yeah, just look out. Bettis 3D on Instagram, b3dlive.com for the band site. I would like to update that soon. Need some pictures. We need a lot of things.
Need a lot of stuff.
Listen, if you'd like to donate to the band, B3D Live on everything.
There you go. There you go. Are you making sunglasses too?
Here's the thing. This is a sponsorship plug.
I see Bettis on the side.
So these are, I don't have the lenses, but these have the magnetic lenses on.
Oh, gotcha.
Shout out to, who is it? Zara? Maybe?
Zara?
I'm not ready for the sponsorships, but Roland and Tama, please. Please. I've gone through 11 sample pads this year alone. Roland, send somebody to talk to me.
There you go. Pay attention, guys. All right. Well, great. Well, I know you already said your socials, but let's just do it one more time so that everybody knows.
Bettis 3D, Bettis, the number 3, the letter D. That's my personal. B3D Live. It's on Instagram. That's the website for Third Degree, the band. Yeah. Soon to come, bettispresents.com. Probably going to tie and fuse all of that in together. This past year, I was able to do an art installation for the Super Bowl.
Awesome.
Right, for Toyota. So we want to be able to have that up for sale. Limited prints and whatnot. But yeah, just trying to get a lot of things off the board.
Awesome, man. Great. Well, nice having you here today.
I appreciate you.
And thank you guys for joining us today. And if you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe. And see you next time. Peace.
Later.